We'll start. सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। येन धौता गिरः पुंसाम् विमलैः शब्दवारिभिः तमश्चाज्ञानजं भिन्नम् तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। नत्वा सरस्वतीं देवीं शुद्धां पुण्यां करोम्यहम् पाणिनीयप्रवेशाय लघुसिद्धान्तकौमुदी। हरि ओम। In last class, very briefly we started Tingantaprakaranam. Tingantaprakarana is over. Tingantaprakarana we have started. In Tingantaprakarana, Ting Pratyaya Vichara will be done. In Pratyayas are 18 Pratyayas, they will come after Dhatu. And for this Prakarana, few karyas are there, few things are there that we need to do. Those karyas we were discussing in the last class. Share screen. This how Ashtadhyayi will take us this what we are seeing, this Anukramanika is from the Pushti Prakriya. Pushti Prakriya goes in this order. Dhatu Saudhnya, It Saudhnya Prakaran Satvadi Chatvari Karyani Sarva Dhatu Karda Dhatu Picha Pratyaya Vidhan Lakar Vikarana Pratyanga, and then the Pratyaya Siddhi is done. What is this? We will see. This order is the order of Ashtadhyayi. Siddhantakaumudi or Laghusiddhantakaumudi or this Navya Vyakarana Parampara, the style of this Bhattoji Dikshitji is little bit different in the sense that every form is taken, and then that particular form, whatever the sutras are required for that, are discussed. And the order is bit different from the Ashtadhyayi. Bit means a lot different from the Ashtadhyayi. How Ashtadhyayi discusses this whole Tingantaprakaranam or even any other Prakarana, it gives the Saudhnyas somewhere at one point of time. Whatever is there, it is going to be used. It is named somewhere. Then whatever the Pratyayas are Vihita, those Pratyayas are mentioned somewhere. If those Pratyayas are also getting some names, Saudhnyas, are required to be given some Saudhnyas, those Saudhnyas are given to those Pratyayas in one place. Then Dhatu. Dhatu is going to go through some modifications, or the Pratipadika is going to get some changes in it due to some pratyaya or some particular situation, then whatever those changes will happen in the pratipadika, in the dhatu, that will be discussed in one particular place only. So suppose all the anga karya means whatever the karya is going to happen to anga is discussed in one particular order in Ashtadhyayi, and that is the area from suppose 322 to 342 up to these sutras. Suppose anga karya is discussed, so all anga karyas are discussed in that particular area only. So any pratipadika will be discussed there. Any dhatu will be discussed in that particular area only, in those sutras only. So somewhere pratyaya vidhana is done. Somewhere the names of pratyayas are mentioned. Somewhere dhatu, what is dhatu is mentioned. The dhatu saudhya is given. And then whatever the modifications are happening to dhatus are discussed in Ashtadhyayi in one place only. Whatever modifications are happening to pratipadika are mentioned in one particular place only. Then there come this lakara. Lakara are pratyayas, and this tiptaji, these are the pratyayas. Then this krit are the pratyayas, then sup are the pratyayas. Suppose sup pratyayas are being discussed, so all sup pratyayas will be discussed in one particular prakarana only. And then all ting pratyayas will be discussed in one particular prakarana only. Now, how the traditional method or the Ashtadhyayi, if at all we want to follow, then Ashtadhyayi will tell that, okay, first you find out what is dhatu. Then that is named as dhatu. We are sure now, okay, this is called dhatu. Then Itsaudhya Prakarana continues. Complete Itsaudhya Prakarana is given in the one place of Ashtadhyayi only. Bhattoji Dikshitji style, in Bhattoji Dikshitji style, one particular sutra which is required now will be taken now. So there are 6 Itsaudhya sutras. Among those 6, only one is required now. Na? That particular will be picked and that particular will be read here. And hereafter, it will not be read in Tingantaprakaranam. It will be assumed that you have learned. So suppose if we have learned Halantyam Sutra in Subanta Prakriya, will not be repeated for Tingantaprakaranam. It is assumed that it is already learned. But Paniniji does not give that one particular sutra for that particular area only. He mentions all the Itsaudhya sutras in the one place only. And wherever it is applied or wherever it is possible to be applied, apply it. That's how it goes. Then this Pratyaya Vidhana is done. Pratyaya Vidhana is done. Bhattoji Dikshitji will take one particular Pratyaya for one particular form from that sutra, and there he will discuss. So suppose Swauja Samauchastabhyam, that sutra comes once in Siddhantakaumudi. It will not be repeated. Now, it will be mentioned for Rama and then Ramaha, Prathama Vibhakti Ekvachana form. It will again not be mentioned or repeated for Au Pratyaya. It is assumed that we have gone through that sutra and up to the Swaujasamauch Shashtabhyam is that Vidhana, Pratyaya Vidhana, up to Pratyaya Vidhana. Prakriya is not mentioned. Only remaining things are discussed in Siddhantakaumudi. So every time we have to go back and bring those sutras, or we have to assume that, okay, we have already applied these sutras and now hereafter, okay, this is the particular karya happening to Pratyaya or happening to Anga. That's how it goes. So if we see this Paushti Prakriya follows the Ashtadhyayi method. It says that, okay, all Itsaudhya sutras na learn at one point of time. Once only you learn and then you keep on applying wherever it is applied. All the Anga Karyas, once only you learn all the Anga Karyas and then wherever it is required, keep on applying. Whenever there is time, that time you don't go and search, okay, now this is the Anga and this is the Karya. Once only you see all the Anga Karyas. All the Pratyaya Karyas you do at one point of time only, and then at a time, all Dhatus, all Nama, all Pratyayas, same time, you do the Siddhi of all forms. That is how Ashtadhyayi goes. Siddhantakaumudi takes each and every form and it applies the sutra. Whereas Ashtadhyayi or the Paushtu Prakriya style is all Saudnyas you see at once, all Anga Karya, Anga Vidhana, Anga Karya, all Pratyaya, Pratyaya Vidhana, Pratyaya Karya, It Saudnya Karya, all of them you see at once, and all forms, the Siddhi of all forms you do at a time. One single-handedly, no back and forth. That's what is the Ashtadhyayi style. Now this, particularly for Tinganta Prakriya, Paushtu Prakriya is, Tingantaprakarana, Paushtu Prakriya is easy. But means compared to Siddhantakaumudi. Other Prakriyas or other Prakaranas, their Paushtu Prakriya does not have much difference. More or less you have to go back and forth in same manner. But for Tinganta Prakriya, it is very useful. That's why we were seeing few initial topics. Then we will go to the Laghusiddhantakaumudi only. Like It Saudhnya Vidhayaka Sutras you will see at time only. And then little bit introduction we need, that we will see. This is Dhatu Saudhnya, what are Dhatus we saw. Then It Saudhnya Prakarana we need to revise. It Saudhnya Prakarana, in this, these are the sutras. Upadeshe Anunasika It. Anunasika It in the Upadesha. Anunasika Ach is named as It in Upadesha. Upadeshas are different, we have seen. Then Halantyam, Antyam Hal, the last Hal in the Upadesha. Okay, Upadesha is getting repeated. Upadeshe Antyam Hal Itsyat. In Upadesha, Antya Hal, the last consonant is named as It. Then this next sutra is important for us now. Vibhaktau tu sa ma iti ete It Saudnyakaha naschihu. So Antim Hal, the last Hal, last consonant in the Upadesha. Upadesha is Dhatu, then Adesha, Agama, Pratyaya. These are the Upadeshas. Then Dhatu Sutra Ganonadi Vakyalinganushasanam. Agama Pratyayadesha, Upadesha Prakirtitaha. These are the different Upadeshas. Basically, we are talking now, for now, we will be dealing with Dhatu and Adesha, Agama and Pratyaya. These are the Upadeshas what we are going to deal now. Dhatu, if it ends with Hal, that is consonant. Agama or Adesha or Pratyaya ends with Hal. That ending Hal will be named as It. Okay. However, if that last letter or that ending Hal is Tavarga letter, Sa or Ma, then they will not get It Saudhnya. But Halantyam Sutra says, in the Upadesha, whatever is last consonant is named as It by Halantyam Sutra. However, you exclude few letters, few consonants. What are those consonants? Ta, tha, da, dha, na. Then sa and ma. These consonants, though they are Hal, and they might be at the end of this Dhatu, Pratyaya, Agama, Adesha, do not give them It Saudhnya. This is Nisheda. Then, okay, this sutra does not give It Saudhnya. It does the Nisheda for particular letters. Those are the Ta, Tavarga letter, Sa and Ma. That's how we do not give Saudhnya, It Saudhnya to, suppose this Tip, Tas, Ji. So Tip, Tas, Tas is ending with Sakara. Now it is, Tas is Pratyaya. Pratyaya is Upadesha. Upadesha is ending with Hal. But this Hal will not get It Saudhnya. If something gets It Saudhnya, only disappears by Tasya Lopa. We know. If something does not get It Saudhnya, it will not disappear. Now, Sa, though it is at the end of Upadesha, does not get It Saudhnya and therefore does not disappear. It remains as it is. Later, that Tas Sakara turns into Ru, Ru turns into Visarga. And we get Bhavataha, Patataha, these types of forms. So, ending Sakara ending makara and ending takara, tavarga letter will not get its saudhnya. Next, आदिर ये टू डू एते इत संज्ञा कहा नस्यु. What is this? This is little bit different. धातु पाठ we know. Maharshi Panini ji has created Gana Patha. Along with that, Dhatu Patha is also created. Ashtadhyayi, Gana Patha, Dhatu Patha, Linganushashanam, and Shiksha. These are the 5 texts created by Maharshi Panini ji. Among them, Dhatu Patha is one of the one of the texts. In Dhatu Patha, Maharshi Panini ji has given the collection of Dhatus. While giving this Dhatu Patha, I will open Dhatu Patha. Now this is Dhatu Patha. Maharshi Panini ji created this Dhatu Patha. This Bhu Sattayam Edham Vruddhau Spardha Sangharshe. This is created along with these nasal vowels. Edham Vruddhau Spardha Sangharshe Gadhru Pratishtha Lithayor Granthecha Badhru Lodane Rotane. This is the Dhatu Patha of Maharshi Panini ji. Now there Anunasika Ach is used. Along with that, he also will use something like this. Yeah. Tunadi Samruddhau. Now this is Tunadi Samruddhau is the dhatu. Starting now this Nanda is the actual form which will be used or that will be taken for the declension. However, what Maharshi Panini ji has given dhatu, that is Tunadi. Starting with tu, ta, hu, na, da, and then nasal ikara is there. There will be like, then again, dupachaf, kake, then dukri, karane. Dukri has du at the beginning and iya at the end. Ending iya will get its saudhnya. It will disappear when we are taking it to decline. So iya will disappear because it got its saudhnya by halantyam sutra. Upadesha antyam hal itsya. Now, dukri, du, that beginning du, will also get its saudhnya and will disappear. In this tunadi, tu will get its saudhnya and it will also disappear. Nadi, that inkara, nasal ikara, will get its saudhnya by upadeshe anunasika ach itsya. Upadeshe anunasika it. By that, this in the upadesha nasal ach will get its saudhnya and it will disappear. So at the end, only nad will remain. Nad. So the original dhatu, the real dhatu is nad only. Maharshi Panini ji created this few modification, additional things he has put there. With prayojanam. Because that is how he was supposed to use, or he has used these dhatus or mentioned these dhatus in the Ashtadhyayi. Why Maharshi Panini ji is doing all these things? Why this two is mentioned there? Then inkara is mentioned, this nasal inkara. Tunada also he could have written. But there is a prayojan we have seen. this num agama is required for that. Aniditam halopodhaya niti. Aniditam. This and ugidacham sarvanama sthane cha dhatu. These are the prayojanas. Num agama will be done for that. Then for this two also there is vishishta prayojana. Because of that he has added these things. However, what I wanted to show you is that at the beginning this two is there. At the beginning of dhatu there is this two. Same way there will be ni and do. So ni, tu and do, these three letters along with this o and e are used at the beginning of dhatu. And those ni, tu and do, wherever whichever dhatu has this ni, tu, do at the beginning, that will get its saudhnya. So it is not just ta, but along with that u. Da along with u and nya along with e. Together they will get its saudhnya and they will disappear from the dhatu. Any example? No, but like Niphala, Nimida, Nishmida, Nikshmida, these all are starting with E. This E, that tu, and then do. Dupachashpake, Dukruikarane, do. They will get its saudhnya and they will disappear. Yes, this much I wanted to show. What this Adir Nitudavaha is referring. Adir Nitudavaha Dhatoho Adyaha Ete. Ete ke I, tu and do. Bahuvachan. Ischa, tuscha, duscha, Nitudavaha. Ukaranta Pullinga Bahuvachan. That's how it is. The samasa is done. Ete Dhatoho Adyaha It Saudnyakaha Sihu. Once they are named as it, then what will happen to them? Tasya lopaha. They will disappear. Then next, shap pratyayasya. If any pratyaya is starting with sha, murdhanya sha, then that sha will also get what? It saudhnya. It will not come now. For now we don't need this sutra. However, just we can remember that if pratyaya starts with shakara, that shakara will get its saudhnya. Example is shun, takan, etc. For now it is not required. We can ignore that. Next is chutu. Chavarga letter and tavarga letter at the beginning of pratyaya. Pratyayasya anuvritti will happen from this shap pratyayasya in this sutra 137. Pratyayasya adihi chavarga varnaha tavarga varnaha cha it saudnyakah syat. The first letter of pratyaya, if it is from chavarga or tavarga, will get it saudhnya. Pratyayas are this. We have seen this jash pratyaya. Then we will see this analatu susthalatu sanalvamaha. These anal, ana, etc. are there at the beginning of pratyaya. That anakara will get its saudhnya and then it will disappear. So this sutra, Chutu Sutra, is related to pratyaya. Adir Nitudavaha is related to dhatu. Adir Nitudavaha does the lopa or does the it saudhnya of E, tu and do at the beginning of dhatu. Chutu Sutra does the it saudhnya of chavarga letter and tavarga letter at the beginning of pratyaya. That we have to remember. Next, Lashakva Tadhite, again in the sutra, pratyayasya anuvritti comes. प्रत्ययस्य आद्याः ल श कु एते इत्संज्ञकाः स्युः. That is, if pratyaya is starting with la or sha or kavarga varna, they will get its saudhnya. Whatever is named as it will disappear by tatyalopa. However, this sutra is not applicable for tadhita. Tadhita pratyayas are excepted from this. Tadhita pratyaya, if they start with la or sha or kavarga varna, these la, sha and kavarga varna will not get its saudhnya, and if they don't get its saudhnya, they will not disappear also. They will remain as it is. Some other adeshas will happen to them, but they will remain as it is. So this is the complete Itsaudhnya Prakarana, and after these all sutras, after 7 sutras, this Tastyalopa Sutra says that whatever is named as it will disappear. Now for the Tingantaprakarana, we need the Sutra Upadeshe Anunasika it, because time to time we have to remove this Anunasika ach from Dhatu plus from Pratyayas or some Agamas will happen. Halantyam Sutra, we will apply this Sutra to the Dhatus, Pratyayas, Agamas and Adeshas. Some Dhatus will come with the ending Hal letter. Some Pratyayas will come with the Hal letter at the end. Agamas and Adeshas also will come. Navi Bhakta Tusmaha we need for Pratyaya like Tas, Thas. For these sutras, we need this Was, Mas. These are ending with Sakara. And Sakara we don't want to get Itsaudhnya and disappear from there. For that, Navi Bhakta Tusmaha Sutra is there. Adi Nitudavaha is required every time whenever we are taking any dhatu. We need to check if it is starting with ni, tu or du. If it is, then we have to apply this sutra. In Siddhantakaumudi, it will come once only. But if we take decline any dhatu, we have to see. Then shap pratyayasya, for now we don't need. Sutu we will need, because wherever the pratyay is starting with chavarga or tavarga letter, there we have to give the itsaudhnya. Lashakva tadhyate sutra we need. And tasya lopaha we will apply wherever itsaudhnya is given. This we can ignore. Here we will stop this file. We will shift to this. Now, what we are going to do is, we will take one dhatu from Dhatu Patha. Maharishi Panini has given Dhatu Patha. From that Dhatu Patha, every dhatu we have to decline. That is the prayojan of Tinganta Prakriya. Now, dhatu is Bhuvadaya Dhatavah. We saw, then Sanadhyanta Dhatavah. By these two sutras, Dhatu Saudhnya is given to certain things. What are those? Basically, those are the names of actions. Action is named. If we want to talk about it, then we have to name it. Abhidhana is required. So, like if we want to talk about Devadatta, the one person, then that person should be named, then only we can talk about him. So, actions are there. Different actions are named. And those names of actions are called dhatu. Name of a person we named as pratipadika. Here we are name of action. We are naming or we are calling it as dhatu. Again, dhatu expresses some meaning. Meaning is action. Particular action is expressed by that dhatu. However, dhatu is capable of expressing action only. Action only. Apart from that action means, like for example, to write is dhatu or root. It expresses the meaning writing. Writing is an action, and that is what is expressed by to write this particular phrase. Same comes in the Sanskrit. Likh is dhatu, and likh is capable of expressing the meaning that particular action. Fine. Apart from that, in that likh, we need to add few more meanings. Mere likh will not be used in the language, or we do not use. To write, we don't use as it is all the time. We modify that to write as per the performer of action. Then the number of performers of action, that particular action, who is performing, that we will check. How many people are performing, that we will check. Then when that particular action is being performed by the person, in present, in past, or in future, that we will see. Or whether that action is modified as per the different modes, like for mood. Like for example, it is not about past, present, or future, it is about command or request. So that is another meaning. To write only, but someone is requesting to write. So this is additional meaning. Apart from writing, this is the basic meaning. And apart from that, we want to express request also in that. So that is additional meaning. Additional meaning is of time, is of number of people who are performing, is of person, whether first, second, third person is performing that action. Then next is the mode, that not the tense, but some extra meaning is there. Prayer, request, command, like that. That is the additional meaning. This additional meaning will be given using different types of pratyayas. Just like for Rama, we gave different meanings using different supratyayas. So the, for example, ekvachana, bahuvachana, ekvachana, dvivachana, bahuvachana, number of people who are getting addressed by that word. So based on that, we gave the su, or just pratyaya. Then if there is a meaning of receiver, then we gave the nge pratyaya or chatruti pratyaya. Nge, dhyam, yes, these pratyayas were given to express the receiver's meaning. Then apadana meaning was expressed by using panchavibhakti pratyayas. Same way, this additional meaning is given by pratyayas. So this pratyayas, we need to see what are the pratyayas and what extra meaning they are capable of giving to the dhatu. Dhatu has only pure meaning of action. It is capable of expressing action. Pratyayas will give additional meaning of time, mood, person, number of people who are performing that action. That is what additionally given by, will be given by pratyayas. So we need to know dhatu, we need to know pratyaya, and what are all the meanings are possible by that pratyaya or from that pratyaya. That is what we need to see. And what will be the prakriya to bring this dhatu and this particular pratyaya together? What are the different processes we have to do? That is the Tingantaprakaranam. Now, dhatu patha will give us dhatu, every dhatu, whichever dhatu is required. Now we need to talk about writing, so we will take likh dhatu from dhatu patha. Or we want to talk about cooking, we will take this pach dhatu from the dhatu patha. Then whatever the required karya for dhatu, those karyas we will do. Then what extra meaning we want to express along with cooking. So appropriate pratyaya for those additional meanings we will choose and we will bring it in front of pach dhatu. And then we will do the prakriya whenever they will come together, whatever is required, the prakriya, whatever is the possible prakriya, that we will do as per the Maharishi Sutra. This is the complete Tingantaprakaranam. Now, how Kaumudikara is starting Prakaranam, he directly giving some pratyayas. Some pratyay is being mentioned here. That pratyay is la pratyay, la. La pratyaya is addressing different 10 la pratyayas. Those are lat, lit, lut, lut, let, lot, lang. These are mentioned there. Together, he is just taking la, love, lah, Prathama Vibhakti Bahuvachan. He is taking lah. So with that single letter, he is addressing all these different lat, lit, lut. Actual pratyayas are lat, lit, lut. These 10. But together, at a time, he is addressing all these 10 pratyayas using la only, because la is common in all these pratyayas. And that is what is going to remain at the end. That lakara is being addressed here. Bahuvachana, laha. That Bahuvachana mentions, expresses that, okay, many la pratyayas or the pratyayas which have lakara is being discussed in this sutra. Now this comes after dhatu. This lakara or this lat, lit, lut, lang, these all will come after dhatu to express certain meanings. Fine. Like lat will express present tense, lit will express past tense, lut will express present, future, lut will express future, lut will express some artha, that is adnyartha in Marathi we call it. So that is additional meaning. That is the meaning of lat, etc. These pratyayas. Fine. But dhatu is not defined here. What is dhatu? And it should come after it. Okay. So how Prakarana is starting without defining dhatu. Dhatu is already defined earlier itself. In the Sandhi Prakarana itself, dhatu is defined. So Kaumudikara is not defining what is dhatu. He is directly giving the pratyaya which is going to come after dhatu. So dhatu we have already defined. Now we are taking one particular dhatu. Suppose we are taking bhu dhatu. That is the first dhatu from the whole dhatu patha. That bhu dhatu we have taken. Now, what are the pratyayas possible in front of that bhu dhatu are going to be discussed. So, what is the first sutra will come to give this additional pratyayas or to express additional meaning? What is the additional pratyaya? So, this particular sutra is read first. Let's read the sutra. लः कर्मणि च भावे च कर्मकेभ्यः लः कर्मणि च भावे च कर्मकेभ्यः लः कर्मणि च भावे च कर्मकेभ्यः Let's read next sutra also, then we will see this meaning. वर्तमाने लट वर्तमाने लट वर्तमाने लट वर्तमाने लट sutra is saying there is something called lat. It is pratyaya. What is the meaning or in what sense this pratyaya comes? So it expresses vartamana kala. Vartaman kala. It expresses kala. Which kala? So vartamana kala, vidyamana kala. The present time is expressed by lat particular pratyaya. Any action which is performed, either it will be performed in past or it will be performed in the present or in the future. At one point of time, it should be performed. So, in which time that action is being performed, that particular time should be expressed when we are talking about that particular action. Rama is writing, suppose, or Rama and writing. The writing of Rama is supposed to be talked. Or writing which is performed by Rama is supposed to be talked in the sentence. So, when is this writing being performed by Rama? That we need to know. And that we need to express in that sentence. Suppose Rama did that action or performed that action in the past. Then that past time should be expressed through that action. Or whatever word we are going to use for the action. Same should be there for the present tense and for the future tense also. So, lat is the pratyaya. It comes after dhatu and it expresses vartamana kala. So action particular, what is the action? That particular action is being performed in the present tense, then let this particular pratyaya will come in front of dhatu. So pat plus let, this is how it will come. Pat plus let. Pat is an action or dhatu. Let is pratyaya. It is coming to give the additional meaning of time. And what is the time being expressed by this let pratyaya? That is present tense. Suppose if you want to express past, then we will bring pat dhana lang. Suppose we want to express future, then we will bring pat dhana lut. Because lut expresses present, lut expresses future, lang expresses past, and different. These lut, lit, lut, they will express different time or different moods. We just took the example of present, the past, present, and future. Among those, lut expresses present tense. So additional meaning we are giving by this particular lut pratyaya. Lut is pratyaya. Now, same way this lit comes, lut comes, lut comes, they are also expressing different meanings. And they will come after dhatu. How the vritti is going of this sutra? Vartamana kriya vrittehe dhatoho lat syat. Dhatu, which is expressing action which is being performed or which is being performed in the present tense. Dhatu, which is expressing action which is performed in the present tense. In that particular sense, let this particular pratyaya will come in front of dhatu. Dhatoho, after dhatu, lat syat, may lat pratyayakam. When the action which is expressed by dhatu is being performed in the vartamana kala, present tense. In that situation, lat pratyaya will come. Okay. Same ways, this lit will be vihita, lut will be vihita, lut will be vihita, etc., etc., etc. Now imagine dhatu is there, and for different time, different mood, lat, lit, lut, rot, let, lot, lung, ling, lung, lung, these pratyayas are vihita. Okay, they are expressing time. One meaning we have already completed. There are few more meanings which will be expressed by them. What are those meanings? So, those meanings are karma, karta, and bhava. These are three more meanings which will be expressed by this lat, lit, lut, or all lakara pratyayas. One meaning is time, mood. Another meaning is karma, karta, bhava. This is what is going to be expressed by them. Before that, we will complete this vritti. Ata vitau is this akara, after that lakara, and then takara, ta, itau. These two are it. So it is actually not. So takara gets it saudnya by halantyam, akara gets it saudnya by upadesha janonasitit, and only lakara remains. And ta will disappear. Uchcharana samarthyat lasya na itvam. This lakara does not get it saudnya. It saudnya was prapta for this lakara also by the sutra lashakva tadhite. However, the reason is given that it will not get it saudnya. The reason is given by Kaumudikara uchcharana samarthyat. Since it is pronounced, therefore it will not get it saudnya. That is the reason he has given. So just assume for now that lakara will not get it saudnya, though it is possible by lashakva tadhite. It will remain as it is. Bhu sattayam, bhu is the dhatu which is taken here. Bhu sattayam, dhatu pathe 10001. This is the first dhatu of first gana in the dhatu pathe. That is the taken by Kaumudikara. Now this kartru vivakshayam bhula iti sthite. This is what he is saying. How this kartru vivakshayam, it is coming from this lak karmani cha bhave cha karmakebhya. If we understand this sutra, then we will understand this kartru vivakshayam bhula iti sthite. Now assume for now we will take direct situation bhu and la. This is what is there. When this bhu and la come in front of each other, here I will type bhu lat. It turned into bhu la. Akara and takara disappeared by upadeshe janu nasika. This is what is there. Later, what will happen? Bhu, this akara will come, and then tip will come, and just I am just skipping some steps, and we will get bhavati. This is what we will get. It will be easy to express with patati. I will express with patati. Pat is dhatu. Okay. But we will get lat. Lat. But lat will lose akara and takara, only lakara will remain. By upadeshajan nasikit halantyam and tasya lopa. Then, but there comes vikarana pratyaya, that is shap, only akara remains of that shap, and this lakara is there. Okay. But akara remains as it is, lakara gets replaced by tip. Pakara disappears, only ti remains, and we get form but a ti. This is what we get. Here, one thing we need to understand. Karmani form of pat dhatu is pathyate. Okay. These two forms are expressing or are talking about the same action. So far, whatever we have seen is clear, na?
Yes, Ji.
Now, patati and pathyate, both of them are talking about action. Fine. With patati and with pathyate, we will create two sentences. Ramaha Grantham Patati. Ramena Grantha Pathyate. This will go in English like Ram reads a book. A book is read by Rama. This is simple present tense. Huh? Ramah Grantham Patati, Ramena Grantha Patyate. General idea about this Kartari Prayoga and Karmani Prayoga, or we in English we will say that active voice, passive voice. So what is the idea, how it changes, or what is the difference between these two is, this reads, generally we will say that Patati follows Rama in the Kartari Prayoga and Pathyate follows Grantha in Karmani Prayoga. In other words, Kriyapada follows Karta in Kartari Prayoga. Kriyapada follows Karma in Karmani Prayoga. That is how we understand. And in English we will say that this Rama is subject, book is object in the active voice. Book is subject and Rama is object in the passive voice. That's how they will say. What exactly is happening? What is the difference between these two statements is reads expresses Rama, a performer of action. Is read expresses book, that which is getting affected by an action. Pathati expresses Ram. Pachyate expresses Grantha. Rama is a performer of action. Grantha, that which gets affected by an action. Other example we can take Ramaha Ravanam Hanti. Ramena Ravanaha Hanyate. Rama is a performer of action, Hanti. And Ravana is getting affected by that Hanana Kriya. So, Pathati follows means expresses Rama. Pachyate expresses Grantha. Is this clear? So far this is clear?
SG.
Now, the Pat part is common for both the statements. Pat part is common for both the statements. However, this T and Te, this part is not common for both the statements. It is not common. It is different and it is expressing different meaning. Another example I will write. Now this difference is there. Okay. Ramaha Dasharatham Sevate Ramena Dasharatha Sevyate. This is little bit more, will give little bit more clarity. Now, Ramaha Dasharatham Sevate and Ramena Dasharatha Sevyate. In the first statement also there is te, and in second statement also there is te after save. Save part is common for both the statements. Te part also looks same. However, both of them express different meanings. First te expresses Rama, second te expresses Dasharatha. How it is happening? So, it is the wish of speaker in which sense he wants to bring this Kriya Pada. Sevate and Sevate, both of these are addressing Kriya. So the Pada which is addressing or talking about Kriya is called Kriya Pada. It is derived from Dhatu. For both the Kriya Padas, Dhatu is common, that is save. Pratyaya looks same but is expressing different meaning. In first Kriya Pada, Pratyaya is expressing a performer of action. And in second Kriya Pada, Pratyaya is expressing that which is getting affected by action. Save is not expressing that. It is the Pratyaya which is expressing whether it is Karta or Karma. So in first statement, performer of action is Karta, and that which is getting affected by action is called Karma. In both the statements, Rama is Karta and Dasharatha is Karma. In first statement, Rama is getting expressed by this Pratyaya. In second statement, Dasharatha is getting expressed by this Pratyaya. Clear? This much is clear?
SG.
Now, Pratyaya, this te pratyaya what we are seeing here, or this te and te above, these are the replacement for lakara. These are the replacements for lakara. Actually, there comes lakara, and later lakara gets replaced by this tiptaji, siptasta, mibwasma, tatanja, thasatango, etc. So, understand this te is not te. Originally, it was lakara. Originally it was lakar. So it is nothing but sev dhana lat. And this also is nothing but sev dhana lat. So above is also sev lat. The below, the second one is also sev dhana lat only. Both of them are expressing present tense. Okay? So lat will come to express present tense, or the time in which action is being performed. Lat expresses present tense. Action is being performed in present tense. To express present tense, we brought lat. However, in first statement and second statement, both the places it is expressing present tense only, but in first statement, it is expressing performer of action, and in second statement, it is expressing that which is getting affected by action. So the difference is clear?
Yes, Ji.
Now you have to understand that lakara, that is lat, comes in the sense of performer of action as well as that which gets affected by action. Performer of action is called karta, and that which gets affected by kriya is karma. So in the sense of karta, lat comes. In the sense of karma, lat comes. More general. In the sense of karta, lakara comes. That means all 10 lakara pratyas come. In the sense of karma, all lakara pratyas come. All lakara pratyas express karta. All lakara pratyas express karma. लकार प्रत्ययाः कर्तरि भवन्ति, लकार प्रत्ययाः कर्मणि भवन्ति. All lakara pratyas will come in the sense of karta, all lakara pratyas will come in the sense of karma. Who will decide when they will come in the sense of karta and when they will come in the sense of karma? Speaker. Whoever is the speaker, whoever is the writer, who is going to use that particular statement, he will decide whether I want to express karta or karma by the lakara. That will be decided by the speaker. But lakara pratyaya is capable of expressing karta and karma. That is what is the meaning. So far, everything is clear?
Yes, Ji.
Let's come back to the sutra. Here. Laha means lakara pratyaya. Karmani bhavanti. This is one statement. Laha, that is lakaraha or lakara pratyayaha or ladadayaha pratyaya karmani bhavanti. This is one statement. From the previous sutra, in the previous sutra prior to this, lat karmani cha bhavi cha karmatibhyah, in that sutra there is one word kartari. So that kartari comes as anuvritta and we get second statement. Laha, same this lakaraha, lakara pratyayaha, ladadayaha pratyayah kartari bhavanti. This second statement. So these pratyayas, all lat, lit, lut, etc., will come in the sense of karta, will also come in the sense of karma. Okay. This is partial meaning, a little bit half of the meaning. Remaining meaning is there, that we will see in the next class. So far, only this much meaning we can remember. Should we stop here, Swamiji?
Yes. Karan, we can speed up a little bit because
Okay.
all these
Huh.
people, at least all both of them, they are studying Bhashya on so many texts with me, right?
Hmm.
So, like picking up Vyakarana is not that difficult anymore for them. Even if you go a little faster, I think they will pick up. And
Okay,
when they
Swami.
have questions, they will raise their hands. So then we'll do that way.
Okay, Swami.
Okay.
Swami. You Shanti Patana.
Oh, huh.
ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ हरि ओं स्वामी
Oh, oh.
Thank you.